Welcome to Lovely English Stories. This story is written for lower intermediate English learners. Ready? Let's get started. B1 English Story: A Summer Barbecue. Summertime is a time for holidays, long evenings in the garden, and enjoying the warmer weather. In the UK, children usually have a 6-week summer holiday from the end of July until the beginning of September. It's the holiday that all children look forward to, and when you're an adult, it's the holiday that has the best memories. Oliver has happy memories from his school holidays. He spent them riding around on his bike with his friends, exploring the local woodland and building dens with his brother. He never wanted the summer to end. As an adult, he is very much the same. He works as a science technician at a high school, so he still gets the long summer holiday off work. He loves it. The only downside is that hotels and flights are always expensive. This summer, Oliver has decided to spend his summer holiday in the UK. He has invested in a new barbecue, and he's even renovated some of his garden. He thought it might be nicer to spend some quality time with his family and friends rather than spend lots of money going on a biking trip through southern Europe. He could always do it next year. Besides, if he was honest with himself, he hadn't trained enough. He sat down with his diary and worked out how he could make the best use of his time this summer. He planned in some music festivals, some day trips, and some visits to the seaside. Then he worked out when he could invite his friends and family over to have a garden party and barbecue. He moved into his house the previous year and had spent the winter renovating, decorating, and making his house feel like a home. Now he was ready to invite people over and share his new space. Oliver had done his research and picked the perfect barbecue for entertaining. He'd also invested in some garden furniture, and he bought a little paddling pool to entertain his friends' children. He decided to invite his friends over for the Sunday of the long bank holiday weekend. That way, they could all have fun and not worry about going to work the next day. For a change, the weather was forecast to be lovely. Often, on bank holiday weekends, the weather is terrible. Oliver set to work in the garden. He arranged the furniture and set up the paddling pool. He also made a long shopping list for the barbecue. Some of his friends were vegan and vegetarian, so he made sure to get plenty of nice options for them. He also wanted to buy a couple of picnic blankets, just in case there weren't enough seats for everyone. After the garden was set up, he drove to the supermarket and ticked off the items on his list. He bought sausages, chicken, steaks, aubergines, peppers, stuffed mushrooms, garlic bread, pasta, and corn on the cob. He also bought some snacks for the children and a selection of different drinks. He asked his friends to bring along some desserts and anything else they'd like to eat. When Sunday arrived, Oliver set to work on preparing all the food. He made some pasta salads, he marinated the chicken and the steaks, and he cut up all the vegetables ready for roasting. An hour or so before his guests arrived, he set to work on the drinks. He mixed up 2 different cocktails, one alcoholic and one non-alcoholic. He also put some decorations in the garden and blew up some balloons for the children. Finally, he found his stereo and set up a summertime playlist. He borrowed some parasols from his parents, so anyone who didn't want to be in the sun could sit under them. Everything was set and ready to go. Oliver took a few minutes to enjoy the silence before his guests arrived. He sat in one of his new lounges, enjoyed a pint of beer, and listened to the sounds of summer. He could hear people mowing their lawns, children laughing, and the birds singing away in the trees. "This is the life," he said to himself. Oliver's doorbell rang as his first guests arrived. He stood up, took a deep breath, and prepared himself for a lovely summer day with his friends and family. His garden soon filled up with laughter and excited squeals. Everyone was having a great time catching up and enjoying the refreshments. Oliver hardly had chance to leave the barbecue, but he loved to see everyone getting on so well. The children loved the paddling pool. It was definitely money well spent. Oliver's neighbours also came over for a couple of hours and met his parents. They had been incredibly nice to him since he moved in, and even helped him with some of his gardening. As the afternoon moved into the early evening, Oliver lighted a little fire and they all toasted marshmallows. This would be the first of many lovely long summer evenings in his new home. What's your favourite summer activity? Tell us in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed this lovely English story. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you soon.